Hello everyone, Calina of StoryRetold. This is my reaction to Arglefumph's Everything Wrong with Nancy Drew Resorting to Danger. This is one of the Dossier games, and I wasn't around at Her Interactive when this game was made, so I don't have any insider knowledge or understanding of some of the decisions that were made for this. There are spoilers for this game, so keep an eye out. Not just keep an eye out, but keep in mind there are spoilers.
The intro is reused from the previous game, even though this is not a noir game, so the intro no longer fits.
I think the style was meant to be like a noir, old school themed series.
Why do all the lights go out before the bomb explodes?
I don't know.
There are no electrical problems that precede any of the other bombs in this game.
It's just a one-off instance.
The front page story is on page 20.
Yeah, that happens often with periodicals, newspapers, and magazines.
This magazine indicates Minette and Laurie Gerard are both out of jail.
Ooh.
Sir Brady Armstrong? Who knighted that idiot?
Okay, I mean, yeah. He might be in a new movie where he's a knight, so...
This Hollywood-based magazine runs multiple articles about a spa in Northern California, which is many hours away from Hollywood.
Well, still.
My good friend George Fain insisted I bring along her latest invention, a handheld bomb-sniffing device.
George is an inventor now?
Yeah, actually, I think in the books, like some of the newer series of Nancy Drew books, George is really into tech stuff. That was her new thing.
Welcome to the Redondo. You must be Nancy Drew. I'm Cassidy Jones.
It's Henry Bolet without the makeup.
Ah!
The game has a long tutorial that can't be skipped.
Yeah.
The employee roster contains several characters we don't meet.
Oh well.
Helveton? Oh, you mean the...
The game expects you to remember Helfton's name and occupation when
Yes.
Mrs. Montague mentions him 20 minutes later.
Yeah, it depends on how great your observation and note-taking skills were.
Joanna Brown. Right, you're...
The game expects you to remember Joanna's name and occupation when you meet her 50 minutes later.
Yeah, note-taking
You get bonus
skills.
credits if you get enough points, but the game doesn't tell you how many points you need, so
Yeah.
players are always left guessing as to how close they are.
Yeah, that is fair. I mean, it would have been a nice design to indicate to the player how great they had to play and what their point tier system was in order to achieve that.
No, forget it. Thanks for wasting my time, tightwad.
Mr. Bleski is a jerk.
Yeah.
We can't select any of the joke conversation options.
Aw.
Everybody's gonna assume you're the new gopher. You know, go for this, go for that.
Nancy does everyone else's chores cliché.
We like those cliches.
No one will suspect you're really a detective who's an expert at defusing bombs.
Why does Mr. Bleski think Nancy is a bomb expert? Who told him that?
If somebody asks you to do something, you're gonna have to do it. No questions asked.
Ow.
Mr. Bleski hires Nancy to find bombs. Then he tells her that finding bombs is not her #1 priority.
Did he say that he needs to find the bomb? Okay, well that might be an inconsistency. Yeah, that's definitely a writing inconsistency.
Why did Mr. Bleski tell Cassidy that Nancy is a detective? Cassidy is a suspect.
Mr. Bleski is not brilliant.
In some kind of totally indecipherable code.
That's not a code. It's a simple anagram challenge.
Good point.
The letters on the note don't match the letters in the puzzle.
No.
Fired like the last alleged assistant Bleski sicked on me?
Mrs. Montague is a jerk.
Oh yeah, she is.
Now quickly, scratch the left side of my nose before I go absolutely insane.
I know Nancy is only following orders, but it's still weird that she puts off finding the bomb in favor of scratching a woman's nose.
Gotta make her happy.
A cup of my special anti-aging tea, and
Mrs. Montague says it's her tea, but the instructions say it's the spa's.
Yeah, she wants it. It's for her.
done with the tea. Very good.
Mrs. Montague forces you to make tea, then she falls asleep without drinking any.
That you've seen.
The bomb was planted on the shower head, but it's not connected to the shower head. So how does disabling the bomb cause the shower head to leak? This bomb
I don't know.
leaks green goo. None of the other bombs leak after being disabled.
This one's unique.
We're on Chapter 4, and we're still getting tutorials.
Okay, that's a fair complaint.
Culprits' inventions are still in perfect working condition, despite being made in the 1920s.
Oh well.
Has the key been in the drain for decades without anyone noticing?
Maybe it dropped.
How did the gem get stuck in the lock? Someone must have put it there on purpose. Who did it and why?
We can always blame Mr. Mingles. But it seems like it's something a kid would do.
How did Mr. Mingles get stuck in the dumbwaiter when it's locked by many puzzles?
Maybe he arrived from a different level in the dumbwaiter?
Nancy enters the lab and Helfton automatically assumes she is his new assistant. Does he do this to everyone who enters his room?
Maybe.
They use the angry picture of Helfton after he says he's glad to get a new assistant.
That's a fair complaint.
Nancy takes orders from other employees, even though Mr. Bleski said she only had to take orders from guests. Why does a luxury spa have an animal laboratory anyway? This puzzle.
Ask me a question. I assume it concerns your hair? Oh my, or is it your skin?
This joke is funny, but it doesn't make sense in the
Yeah, no, that's true.
Nancy is his assistant.
It doesn't make sense for
Mr. Bleski told me about the, construction accidents.
So Mr. Bleski told Helfton and Cassidy about the bombs?
I mean, everyone saw that first bomb in the opening, so I think everyone knows about the bombs.
Who wants to keep this a secret? Be sure to tell a lot of people about it.
Each bomb has been preceded by a note.
The culprit always leaves notes at the reception desk before setting off a bomb. Why doesn't Nancy guard the reception desk at all times and catch the bomber in the act?
Well.
How did Jasmine get her phone stuck in here? It's locked with a puzzle.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jasmine's phone says the safe is opened with an 8-digit password, even though it's a dial safe.
8-digit with dials? Yeah, you can get numbers in a dial.
This puzzle again.
Yeah, I know.
What is Helfton making? I'd better figure it out.
Compound
That should
X.
do it.
Nancy does the molecule puzzle in order to figure out what Helfton is making, but she never figures out what he's making. When she finishes the puzzle, she's distracted by something else.
Yeah.
The game has 2 time challenges in a row.
Oh well.
Just like the previous game, multiple suspects leave notes to themselves about where things are hidden. Why can no one remember where they put their stuff?
Because we gotta leave clues for the player, I guess? I don't know.
Mr. Bleski is smuggling 100% of the company's profits. How has no one noticed this until just now? Mr. Bleski lists $300 as his weekly bonus. I question how the Redondo is able to pay multiple full-time employees if it only makes $300 a week.
This could be only one account. When I say account, I mean one like invoice or data sheet for all their expenses. I think it's just one.
Assistant Drew, please go to reception and fold the towels there. Immediately.
Sorry, Nick. I already know where the next bomb is.
Neither Mr. Bleski nor Cassidy follow up on the fact that Nancy ignored one of the bomber's notes.
Oh dear.
We don't get to read this book.
Yeah.
Joanna wonders who Jasmine...
Well, because it's supposed to be a planted Easter egg for the real game. Warnings at Waverly... When I say real game, I mean the mystery adventure game from the main series of Nancy Drew games. Warnings at Waverly Academy. They're supposed to notice it.
Jasmine's secret boyfriend is, even though Cassidy clearly fits the description. This is a long, pointless note.
Oh well.
How did Jasmine change her safe password? It's a dial safe.
It can be reset.
Explosive exfoliant. You rub it on, and it literally blows the dead skin cells off your face.
Ew.
That sounds incredibly dangerous.
Yeah.
In the Zen zone, and all the while I was lying there, I kept hearing this weird ticking sound.
The bomb in the Zen zone does not give off ticking sounds.
Okay, that's fair.
Facial masks look ridiculous.
Of course they do. Most facial masks do look ridiculous.
In these spying scenes, the character animation is looped. It's especially obvious with Helfton, who does the same 2-second animation multiple times.
Okay, that's a fair complaint.
You've had plenty of time to talk to people and snoop around. Who's the culprit? Let's hear it.
The game does not have a save feature, which is especially annoying.
That's too bad.
The game has 6 different endings. Want to see all of them? You'll have to play the entire game 6 times.
Yeah.
Nancy's random guessing determines the culprit's identity.
Oh.
If Mrs. Montague is the culprit, you never visit the waste room in the game.
Oh.
That's one whole area of the game that players don't get to see.
Oh, too
The
bad.
route Nancy takes is different for each culprit, except Cassidy and Mr. Bleski. They share a pathway for some reason.
Oh, dear.
That machine is horrifying, and
Yeah.
I do not understand why any clients let that near their faces.
They're probably being masked up so they can't see what's happening.
If Cassidy is innocent, the evidence in the Zen Zone says he should be fired.
Yeah.
Poor Cassidy.
Oh, well.
Placing the magnet is listed 3rd, even though it's the first step.
Ooh, good catch. That's an error.
This maze puzzle.
The maze puzzle is fine. It's just really annoying.
Coincidence, all the characters show up at the exact same place at the exact same time.
Yeah.
Means this emergency shelter is my next destination. It looks like there are 3 entryways. I think entering from the garden is the safest bet.
There are 3 entrances to the bomb shelter. Nancy ignores 2 of them, including the one that's literally in the exact same room as her.
Oh.
This maze puzzle.
Yeah.
This puzzle is almost impossible if you don't know anything about ancient Greece.
Don't we have like a puzzle book or something to refer to?
This puzzle.
Yeah, I mean it's really hard.
The game has 2 mix and match ancient Greek puzzles in a row. No matter who the culprit is, they set off a bomb that will explode in a minute and a half.
Once you open
Why
the
does
case.
the culprit give themselves so little time to escape?
I think it's once you open up the case or yeah, open the lid or something.
I just built and activated an extremely powerful bomb. You and everyone else within a 5-mile radius will very shortly suffer a very unpleasant fate.
The culprit's last bomb is set to blow up the entire spa. Instead of leaving the area, the culprit goes back into the spa and waits. Why would you enter a building that you know is going to explode?
Fair point.
The culprits are caught by surprise when Nancy arrives with the police, even though the fact that the spa didn't explode in 2 minutes should be a giveaway that Nancy disarmed the bomb. Multiple culprits are mad that Nancy disarmed their bombs. So why did they send warnings before every single bomb?
Foil their own plot.
Nancy wouldn't have disarmed the bombs if you hadn't told her where they are. Culprit foils their own plot.
Right.
The game saves on animation by only animating half of the characters' bodies.
This was saved for issue number 88. It would have been like the first. Well, no.
Then saves on animation again by only having them move half the time.
But the iguana, also bent on escape, got there first. Helped and tripped over him, did 2 very impressive somersaults, and landed at the feet of the police officers who had arrived just in time to collar him.
Iggy is a better hero than Nancy.
I don't blame you. I suck at improv. I suck at everything.
Jasmine, language!
Right?
You earned special credits. Congratulations to you.
Helfton introduces the special credits after the credits have already finished.
He says congrats.
Helfton introduces the special credits even if he's the culprit.
Oh well.
Mr. Bleski wants the bombing to go on as long as possible. So why did he set off all the bombs in one day? Why not spread them out over multiple days?
Fair argument.
Watching the preview for Ship of Shadows makes
I
me
know.
sad because
I
it
know.
looks great, but the game was canceled and we'll never get to play it.
I know. 94 problems, sentence blown up. Yeah, that's not very many problems.
Wrong. What kind of question is that? You tell me. You got me. Care to guess again? Wrong. Wrong. Where'd you get that idea? Say again? That's silly, Nancy. Don't make me laugh.
You really think so? Really? Don't be silly. You lost me. Really? Really? That doesn't sound right. That's news to me. I didn't know that. If you say so. Get serious. You're very strange. That's a good one.
What are you talking about? I do not think I heard you right. Is there something the matter with you? Do you feel all right? Do you hear yourself? That cannot be right. That cannot be right. Enough with the jokes, all right? Sometimes you make very little sense. You are very funny. I like that. You're kidding me, right? Are you aware that makes no sense?
It's a lot of
Who
audio.
on earth told you that? There's something about you that's not quite right. Guess again. Get real. Why would you think that? I have no idea. Is that supposed to be funny or what? You are hysterical. You're positively mental, know that?
Come again. Don't be ridiculous. Did I hear you right? I beg your pardon. Even Mr. Mingles can tell that makes no sense. What on earth are you talking about? Come again? I beg your pardon? I beg your pardon? Are you trying to sound disturbed? You're joking, correct? Why, look, you've even made Mr. Mingles laugh.
Huh? What are you talking about? Say what? You had a brain scan lately? Don't be ridiculous. Now that's just dumb. Where'd you get that idea? That's a good one. You're a riot, you know that?
Okay, that was it. Yeah, that's a lot of audio you can listen through if you choose incorrect answers in your conversations. I don't think they're necessarily bad. I think they make sense. I mean, it is very condescending, which is too bad. But yeah, the whole Ship of Shadows thing is so sad. I know that the first two games, they were made like back to back. And by the time the first one released, they had the second one done. We're starting on the third. And the games did not sell well enough to warrant or to justify making another one. Plus, it was at the tail end of the recession when these games were launched. And, everyone was hurting for sales. So, anyways, that's all I know about it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Be sure to check out Arglefumph's complete playlist, except it doesn't have Midnight in Salem in the playlist, but the link to that playlist is in the description below. Thanks for watching. Okay, bye.